Hello everyone, welcome back to another sight reading challenge. Today I'll be accepting the challenge of sight reading Ernst's Carnival of Venice. I believe I've played another version of Carnival of Venice before, a few weeks or months ago. It's been a long time. And I'll be including a list of pieces that I have learned throughout the years in the description, the pieces that I actually practiced and learned, and not just sight reading. So that if you have any challenges you want me to do, you can check the list to see if I have played it before, so that it's actually sight reading, because the last few some of the pieces I've actually played before. And in this video I will try to share my thought process as to how I sight read so fast. Most of my experience from sight reading comes from playing in orchestra gigs, because when I was studying I needed money, so I would take on as many gigs as possible, and every gig I go to was sight reading. At the beginning it was pretty rough and I was very nervous, but over time I picked up some tricks. And in reading notes, it's mostly about pattern recognition. So if you can make out what you're looking at ahead of time and like associate with the pieces you have played before, it's actually more manageable. Yeah. So let's go. Right off the bat, I try to look at the key signature. It has 3 sharps, F sharp, C sharp, G sharp, and I just try to get the tonality in my head, and I just have that feel in my finger ahead of time. And the next thing I look is the tempo marking. It says quarter note equals to 66. So it's around 132 equals to eighth notes. I always try to subdivide so that I can be as accurate as possible. But the speed itself, I'm not a machine, so I don't know how fast it is. I'm just getting a general feel. And looking at the notes, there's a lot of runs and some scales, such as this plays, a lot of accidentals, and my eye gravitate towards more dense notes. And when the notes are easy, I just memorize it ahead of time, and then I look ahead as far as possible. So let's try. Here I know I have to go to D string, because underneath the E here it says 3 something. Usually that means, if it says 3, usually it means string. Sometimes I get confused by those two, because every edition of music prints things differently. But in this case it makes sense to go to D string. So followed the same. It says second chord means A string, and here it says third, so it means D string. So I stayed on the string. Usually, if it doesn't say that, I would just play this. Or any other string. It's just whichever that's easier. I would just do that. Now, I think the next part is the actual theme, the Carnival of Venice theme. It says here, Le Carnival de Venice. And then I look at the same thing, key signature stays the same, and time signature it changed to 6/8, which is compound time. Most of the time, compound time is counted 1, 3, 2, 3, and I'm always subdividing. And I played this theme before because of the other side reading video, so looking at it, the theme stays the same, so I will just move on and see what's changed afterwards. Looking at it, all the zeros here tells me is a string crossing, and because it's not possible to play F sharp with third finger on E string, so I know I have to be on A string, and usually by experience 2 0 3 0 1 0, that means you have to string cross, so straight away I know I have to relax my wrist so that I can do this ahead of time. So I'm not being very precise, but I think that's what the notes are. And because the notes are more complicated, I cannot read one bar ahead anymore, but I'm reading it as double stops. In my head, I'm actually reading this. So that it saves time. So once you get that through your head, the notes are actually not that hard. It's just, it looks complicated. And then the next part, also playing an orchestra, you pick up bowing habits. Anytime you have upbeat to the next bar, you usually start with an up bow. So if this first E is an up bow, I know the next bow will be down. And then the dotted notes will be up, and I through experience I know that's up bow staccato, so I will need enough bows saved for what comes after. So for example, I know I need to be in the upper half so that I can do up bow staccato easier. That's how I think about it, because if you do it here, you won't have enough bow. So it's always good to look ahead and plan your bow. And this is, I don't really think about it that much anymore. It's just instinctual because I play a lot of, I sight read a lot throughout this year and last year, and also during orchestra. So these are from experience. So this one's different. So in this place, which is very complicated and not common, then I don't have any experience to draw from. So I have to like really read each note and think about where I will go. think the fingering I used just now is optimum, but it does the trick. Next, looking at the notes here, it says glisse, so it means to slide around, and the shape of the notes tells me it's octaves. So when I play octaves, I try my best to keep both my fingers on the string and adjust as I play. So this harmonic here is very common in virtuosic pieces where you have to throw your finger. I remember doing it a few times in other pieces, but if I have to name them right off the bat, I won't be able to. But I've done it before, that's why it feels okay to do right on the spot. Now the next part, sans harmonics with harmonics on, and it says fourth chord, so it means G string. So I think these are triplets because it's way too many notes for 6/8 bar. In 6/8, if it's 16 notes, there will be a total of 12 notes, but this is obviously more than 12. If I counted 3, 9, there's 18. 18 divided by 2 is 9. So 9 divided by 3 is 3. So it's a triplet. Stay on G string. Yeah, so a normal 6/8 bar 16 notes will look like this. Normal 16 note 6/8 bar will look like this. And just at a glance, for the next variation, I just try to work out the techniques needed. In this place, there will be left-hand pits because of the plus here. And then upper staccato, this shape looks like upper staccato. And then thirds, sixths. And looking at this, it's probably a down bow, because that's usually how it looks like. It's too fast to do an upper staccato. I might be wrong, let's see. And then third, sixth. Yeah, so down bow. This interval. I don't know if this is actually 10th or it's a string skip. I think I would go with string skip. It's less painful for the hand because 10th you have to stretch a lot. Okay, next variation. If I have to work out the techniques, it's a lot of chromatic because of all the accidentals, and it's a chromatic scale. So I just there are different ways of playing chromatics, and the fingerings are different most of the time depending on the piece. My go-to chromatic fingering is 3-2-1-2-1-0 on first position. That's my go-to fingering. But sometimes where you use the same finger to play chromatic scale also works. In this case, I think I'll just go with 3-2-2-1-1-0. I think it will work. Type of passages, if I'm sight reading, I would just use whichever fingering, but obviously if I have to practice it and perform it, I will work out the most optimal fingering later. Then following that, we have chords. In these chords, just at a glance, you will see a common note of E string, and the very first E is 0, so my guess is the open string, you just play it as is. So actually the chords you play are just thirds. So I think it will be like this. This is the good thing about playing pieces written by amazing violinists, that they are intuitive and very comfortable to play. Not always, but in pieces like Ernst, playing a König before, and also his sight read some of his other pieces, even though they look extremely difficult, but they're actually very comfortable to play. So, and some people have asked me before, how do we play these extremely fast and like even through sight reading? This kind of notes is called an arpeggio, and if you have practiced your scales all the time, these are all just scales and arpeggios, and looking at it, there's no accidental, so which makes it even easier to read. It's just E major arpeggio, so you just follow what you have practiced before. You don't even have to think about it. So this is the A major arpeggio. And here it changes, no more same pattern as before. So then you need to think. I need to think a little bit more. Okay, next variation. There's a bunch of E harmonics and a moving melody line, which is the theme. But underneath it says second chord. Doesn't mean you play it on A string like that, or I don't know. I need to watch someone else's recording to know how this is commonly done. Is it on the same string? It has a cool effect, but I don't know if it's actually correct. But I'll try to keep it like that. It's fun. because I think you have to do string crossing and not on the same string, or I might be wrong. Anyway, next part. These are just arpeggios and scales, I guess. Is it with down bow? Next part seems like, I don't know what this is. This is harmonic on A string, and the rhythm is different. It's 30-second notes, harmonics, and then 16 notes on G string. So in these kind of double stops, I usually only read the very first two notes, and sometimes it looks very complicated, but because these are written by extremely insanely good violinists, it's very, it's actually the same pattern with one exception. I learned to look out for those patterns during when I was a kid playing Beriot, the concerto. It all sound extremely difficult, but it's just Wieniawski used a lot of these techniques, Paganini also, and this is the same. So next variation, I know the pattern of this. This is trill with a moving melody line. I know this from Paganini's Caprice No. 6. And also Ernst Accolay. Most of these looks very similar. It's the same technique. It's just the notes are different. I hope I can sight read this one. don't know if this one is down bow or up bow. I guess it makes more, oh no, it's down bow. I can tell from here. It says up, 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 up here. So that means the bow before has to be down bow. So if that's the case, then this is the down bow ricochet technique. This kind of pattern I've seen many times in in Kazar. One of the exercises is this kind of pattern, and also Schubert has a piece called The Bee, which was one of my favorite pieces growing up. There's it's this pattern, so it feels comfortable. Actually, it looks complicated, but it's just this. But the note is always one note, one half step down. So you just need to think. Look at the first note. Play coming down one time, like this, and you will get it. It's not that hard. So this is unison with string crossing. Forward, it's arco on the top, pizzicato and the bottom. I guess it's on G string and E string. Oh no, A string. This is octave pits with your third finger. It's a fun one. I like that. First finger on 3 strings. In this case, it's not possible to do 1-1 like this. So 1-1 and put your second finger in one line. I guess that's how you play it. Now, to get better at sight reading chords, you can do don't exercise in the Caprice. The first one is very good. And also, if you have played a lot of Bach, such as or the Cicaccone, or the other Fugue. Pretty well equipped to sight read any chords because Bach chords are just amazing, and it's a great sonatas and partitas to learn. Going forward, these are thirds. These are octaves. Very cool string crossing section. Okay, it might seem impossible to sight read this, but if you have played what's that piece called? Pruludium and Allegro, Kreisler. Then you know any string crossing can be played with double stop. So when I'm sight reading this one, I'm actually just looking at the first two notes. I'm ignoring the E. So I'm actually reading double stops. Sorry, G sharp. So that's how I think about it. Moving forward. How do you do the embellishment here? is this thing called? The turn works here. I just played it as trills. I need to listen to someone else's recording to actually know how it sounds like. And then the next part is on G string. This big jumps, usually you can either do it with shifting, which doesn't make sense, and this kind of jump you can see in Paganini's Caprice 2, where he goes up here. I forgot the note. Something like that. It's this kind of pattern. And also I think Wieniawski has a piece, I forgot the name of the piece, but I don't know the notes, but I think this it looks like this one. This is so big. I guess you can cheat by playing this harmonic instead on first position. I don't know how to play this part. I think I will cheat by doing the last two notes harmonic because of the zeros. The next part is a trill with the open E string. This place in God Save the King, I said it before, but I like the idea so much. In most of these kind of virtuosic pieces, sometimes they would write a double stop and follow up with harmonics in the same pitch, just one octave higher in harmonics. In God Save the King, Roman Kim's recording, he did his special harmonics, and what happens is, and you do the harmonic, it's exactly the same double stop, but you just move your bow, something like that. So I think this place is also the same. Yeah, so the notes are, and then the harmonic is very hard to do, but if you do his special harmonic here, comes out easier. I just want to share that idea. It's very cool, very convenient. And this is just a scale with E. I think you can cheat with open E string, or is it supposed to be? With the same E? It's possible you need to shift to fourth position here. But I think it sounds the same. I guess you have to choose. I will choose shifting to fourth position. And you can play it, but special harmonic, if you don't want to learn the as written. The next part is left hand pizz. That's it, that's the end. Oh, it's a long one. There's so many variations. Well, there you go. The Carnival of Venice, Ernst's version. I hope my talking of my thought process is not too confusing and it's not too distracting. I'm not very good at talking and I pause a lot to think about what I say next. To be honest, I'm better at reading and saying the notes out loud with the violin than my actual talking. I don't really like talking that much. So please let me know what I should sight read next. I will include down below in the description the pieces that I have played before in my life so that it's easier to make suggestions. Anyway, hope that was a fun watch. See you next time. Bye.